3 real-life haunting stories to keep you up at night. 1. The Man in the Window. When I was a kid, my family lived in an old Victorian house that had been in our family for generations. One night, I woke up to the sound of tapping on my bedroom window. My room was on the second floor. Terrified, I pulled the covers over my head and stayed still, hoping it was just a tree branch. But the tapping continued, slow and rhythmic. Gathering my courage, I peeked out, and there he was, a man in an old-fashioned suit, staring at me from outside the window. His face was pale and his eyes were completely black. I screamed and my parents rushed in, but when they looked outside, there was nothing there. Years later, while researching the house's history, I discovered that a man had hanged himself from a tree outside my window in the early 1900s. 2. The Whispering Closet. In college, I lived in an old apartment with my best friend. The place always felt off. Our closet door would never stay shut no matter how many times we locked it. But the worst part was the whispering. At night, we'd hear faint voices coming from the closet, too muffled to understand, but undeniably there. One night, after a few drinks, we decided to record the sound with my phone. When we played it back, a hoarse voice clearly whispered, "Let me out." We moved out a week later. 3. The Shadow in the Basement. My grandparents' house had a basement no one liked to go into. It always felt cold, and the air was thick, even in the summer. One day, while playing hide-and-seek, I hid behind some old furniture in the basement. As I crouched there, I saw a shadow move along the wall. No light source to cast it. Then I felt a cold breath on my neck. I ran upstairs, screaming. My grandmother just nodded knowingly and said, "She doesn't like visitors." I never went back down there again.